Hi friends, happy Friday. Welcome to my channel. And the sun is shining here, yay. Okay, so as you can see, this is the stamp and die set that I am going to be working with today. The Sending Smiles and the Sending Dies. And I don't do a whole lot of floral stamping, but this one's fun, and I love that it has the big word here, and the die has the shadow die that you can, cut out behind the word. You can also cut out the word out of a colored cardstock and then do the shadow die behind it that way and not stamp it, because this die does not line up with that stamp. So you either use the stamp or you use the die, but you can't use those two together. But you can use the stamp and this shadow die here. And then it's got two label dies to cut out all of these sentiments here. So you've got the big sending, and then you can do any one of these sentiments to go along with it. And then the fun sort of wildflowers here. Okay, so I'm doing kind of a different card today in a couple of different ways. I'm going to be doing white on white. You'll find this stamp set and die set in the annual Stampin' Up! Catalog. So I'm also using from the Share a Milkshake dies. Now this is in the mini catalog right now. And I'm using that fun little die right there. I've already cut it out of some white cardstock, and this is what it looks like. So, I mean, of course it works with the ice cream set, but this works great as a little background piece. So, I thought it would be fun to use that on my card today. So I've got my parts and pieces here. I've got my outside, my base card. I've got a layer for the inside. I've got a piece to do, hopefully, all my stamping on, and a piece for the part of the sentiment to strip. So let's just bring in the stamps, and I'm going to need my Stamparatus. Thanks for joining me. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you will like it here and subscribe if you do. And if you've been here lots of times before, welcome back. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to start with this bigger flower. I'm going to put that up there. I'm going to use I need to pull this flower out just so I can see how I'm doing for room here. I'm trying to make the best use of my paper space and how many times I have to change colors and things. So let's see, I'm doing those two. I think those are the only two I need for this go round. And I've decided I'm going to use Poppy Parade for those two. This is a really nice, like, orange red, like fire engine sort of red color. I got a new little shelf over here to the side of my desk that it's a riser for for like computer monitors, and I ordered it on Amazon, and it just lifts up my little whirly things that I've got all my like scissors and pins and glue and that stuff, my little turning, spinning things. So it kind of gets those out of the way so that I have room to slide things underneath, because I'm always getting bunched up here when I'm doing a video and I've got all my supplies out. I love this color. It's got one little area there that is, I'm probably just not getting the ink on there. Okay, I like that. Hi, Angela. Thanks for being here. Happy Friday. Okay. Love, love, love that color. All right. By the way, I was making another version of this card a little bit ago. And of course, as always, I had ink all over my fingers. If you have never used lava or lava, however you want to say it, soap, that stuff, while it doesn't smell the best, it sure does take the ink off your fingers. Just saying. It works like a charm. I always remember my dad using that soap. He was a welder, and he used that soap all the time. And I always thought, you know, it didn't smell very pleasant. But man, I know why he used it now, because it sure does work. Okay, so I've got that flower up there. I need the center for my other flower. And, oh, you know what? I can't do that one yet. I've got, let me back up here. I've got to do this other little flower. So let me put that one over here in the corner. All right, what color do I want to do? I think I'm going to do that one, Pacific Point. I'm going to do that one blue. I think it's kind of like a bachelor button. I think that's what they call those flowers. Not that I'm making these flowers the color that they are or might be in nature. I'm making them whatever color I want. But I did want it to be a blue. And this is a good color. Perfect. Now I can clean that off and get my other ones up there. Okay. So I'm going to need that and this little inky dinky tiny one. That one's going to go right in the middle there, if I can get it to not stick to my fingers. That's the hard part when you're doing it on here, is putting them where you want them and having them stay there. Let me see if I can. I don't think that's going to help either. It's just going to stick to my tool. Okay, we will get this. I will conquer the tiny stamp. Yay! Okay, now this one. And this one. Okay, and I don't want that blue to get on anything. All right, so now I'm going to pull out Mango Melody, which is a nice orangey yellow. And I'm going to do it one more time. Yay, okay. We went yesterday up to Portland, Oregon to visit a friend of mine that's in a hospital up there, and I'll tell you what, I would never want to live there, okay? Never, ever. I said to my husband, I said, can you imagine living here and dealing with this traffic? Their 5 o'clock traffic there starts at 3 o'clock. And it's hideous. Okay, let me see how I'm doing here. I just need the 2 sets of leaves. And I might have to bring this color back out. We'll see. I'm not sure just yet. Okay, I'm going to use garden green for my leaves. Even our traffic here in our small town gets ridiculous sometimes. I mean, you wouldn't think so, but we have so many people that come from the bigger towns, like an hour away from us, or even up the highway a little bit, a half hour from us. And the cars coming into our town in the morning, it's a solid stream. It's crazy, but they're commuting here for whatever their reason is, but a lot of the reason is that we don't have enough homes here for people that actually want to buy a home here and live here. There's just not enough homes for sale or available, whatever. And they've been building apartment buildings. The third new set of big apartment complexes is being built right now that's been put up here in the last couple years. And they fill up just as fast as they build them. Okay, so now I've got that. I need the word sending. And what color do I want to do it? On my other 2 cards, I did it the yellow, but I'm not sure if that's how I want to go. I'm thinking I might do it. No, I'm going to do it with the yellow, so I should have just done that already, but it's okay. I could have done it along with the other yellow that I did. Let's see. I'm trying to, I'll just go with it here. Hi, Martha. How are you? I'm anxious to see how this card turns out with doing like a white card base. I mean, the flowers are what's going to pop off of this card. Now, my other two that I made, my other two samples I made, I didn't do white. But the card that's in the annual catalog was done all white, and it just stood out at me. And I thought, oh, that's really pretty. So I thought I'd give it a try, but doing it in my own way. Okay, so there we go with that. Let me just clean my stamp off and then I'll be ready to run these through the die cut. I just like being able to, you know, send that all through at one time and cut it at one time. Makes it go a little faster. And then the only thing I have left to stamp and die cut is the little sentiment. Okay, let me get rid of this ink pad so I don't stick anything in it. And I'll do the dies. Okay. So I've got all my little pieces of tape ready. And if you haven't heard me say it before, what I use to tape my dies down with is Post-it tape. I love this stuff. It comes in a little thing dispenser like this. I think I got mine at Walmart. It's lasted for a really long time. And I use my little pieces as long as they let me use them, over and over, until they are worn out. Let's see here. I think this is this one. Yep. Now, I mentioned this, I think, in my last video, but when you have dies like this that have little holes, those holes are to help you see where you can't see, like so where the solid part of the die is. If you can see where you've stamped something behind it, your ink, that it just helps you to know that you are getting it lined up right. And there, I think I'm good. This one, however, does not have the polka dots, but it's pretty easy to see your leaves. And then I'm going to use the shadow die here to cut out my sending. There, everything's taped. So I can just run this all through at one time. Thank you, Angela. Yeah, I like these colors together too. I'll be right back. I think they're gonna really pop on the white. We'll see how it goes. I need to get a magnet to put all these dies on. Because it's easier. I don't remember where they all were on here. So then I have to try to squeeze them all back in, and I don't have it quite right, but that's all right. And I'm going to have to get it out again. Let me just take this one off because I know I'm going to use that. Get them in here so I don't lose anything. And there's that. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this. Which one do I want to do? So I did one card to say hello. I did one sunshine to brighten your day. Oh, smiles across the miles. Yeah, smiles across the miles. That would be a good one for sending happy mail. Here it is. And I think that the die is that going to fit? Wow, just barely. Just barely. Oh, there's ink on there. Okay. Now then, because the only thing that I did in blue is that flower, I'm going to go ahead and stamp this in the blue. And hopefully it's a one-shot deal since I'm not using the Stamparatus. Hopefully it comes out just fine and dandy. Okay, now it just barely fits in there. Okay, let's see how this turns out. Fingers crossed. Wow, and just like that, the sun is completely gone and it looks like winter outside. I mean, it's just that gray, cold look. I prefer the sunshine. Well, it's all fit in there. I guess it'll be all right. I'm not exactly happy with it. Well, let me see if I put it up against this. Once it's on the white background, I think it'll be all right. We'll see. Probably I should have used the longer die, but then it would have had a lot of room. I'm not liking that. I'm not digging that. We're going to ditch that. I don't like it. Okay, let me grab another strip because you know I've got a ton of them here. Because I keep all my little strips of paper when I cut my cardstock just for these types of things. Okay, so I'm not going to use Smiles Across the Miles because I don't want the longer label die. I did a card to say hello once before, but I think I'm just going to do that one again. I like that one for like Happy Mail. Okay. And I know it fits in that die. Hi, Seal. This one will be better, I think. Hopefully. Yay. All right, now let's do this again. See, that's much better. Yeah, that other one needs to go in that longer die for sure. But like I said, I didn't want to use the longer one on this card, and I'll show you why when I show you the other two cards that I made. There's a reason. It just doesn't fit. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, now we can put the card together. So this is going to go on the inside, and I think for right now, well, I'll go ahead and attach it. I don't know what I want to say in this card yet, so I'm not going to stamp anything on the inside right now. I just put my last refill in my gun here, so now I need to get on Amazon and order some more. And I did use the thick white, just to let you know. I used the thick white. If you're making your card base with white, you want to use a heavier weight paper because it's not as heavy as the colored cardstock. So, thick white. Okay. Bring my little glue mat in because I'm going to need that in a bit. And I'm just going to put dots of glue on here. You can use the double stick adhesive. Whatever you like. to say this is a fun card to make, actually. This is my third one, and I have just had fun making it. Okay, so this is going to go right up here. I guess you can see that since it's white on white. And I'm going to do the same with this piece. Now, you can do other things. You can tear a piece of paper to put behind it. You could cut another layer and just do embossing and, dry embossing with an embossing folder. You could just leave it totally plain and not put any kind of thing behind the flowers. You have options. A piece of book paper would be cute. Maybe tear it or distress the edges, or even just a little piece of patterned paper. Okay, let me bring in all these little pieces. I'm going to put some glue there and on this stem. And this is going to go there. Let's see. No, I don't like that. There we go. And cute. I love those. All right, so we'll let those dry for a minute, and let me bring in my dimensionals here. I'm using the little ones, and I've got the leftovers of a couple sheets of the bigger ones. I just take my scissors and go around the edges and cut all the little border pieces that are left over, because don't waste it. Okay, I wonder if one will fit. Oh, it does. What do you know? Okay, so let's get this put on. Oh, by the way, there on March 1st, a couple days ago, Stampin' Up! Came out with new online exclusive items. So there's some new things to go take a look at. And you can see them, if you don't already have a demonstrator, you can see them on my shopping site. And that is janawilliams.stampinup.net. Okay, so this is going to go right about there. So there's stamps and dies and paper and just, yeah, new things. They're going to do that 2 to 3 times a year, I guess. Okay, so let's bring this back now and get these unstuck from the glue pad and get them full of dimensionals. And I will put that shopping link address in the description box below after this live is over, along with the new host code that I have for this month. And I think I need to just cut a little strip here to go up this leaf. Hopefully that doesn't show. I think that looks like enough. And I'm just tucking the end of that stem under the word there. Ooh, this is, I like it. I like the pops of color up off of that white like that. That is pretty, I think. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, but I do. Okay. And I'll do the same here. This one I'm gonna tuck under right there. Okay, and then this I'm going to just put some glue on the back of it here. And this is going to go right under here. And this is why I didn't want the longer border, or not border, label die, because it doesn't fit right because of the G here. Okay, not done yet, because I have to bling it up, right? Okay. So I took out a bunch of bling. I really don't know that because of the white, I don't think I want color bling, but I did pull out pearls, which I think might look really pretty, or I've got these. I think these have too much color. Let me pull this sheet out if I can without having these things pop off. Sometimes when you pull these off the tape, yeah, they want to pop off the carrier sheet. One of them did there. I'll catch it before it goes anywhere. But I like to be able to, ooh, that's pretty. Okay, I like that. I like the added sparkle. Okay, we're going to go with that one. And how many sizes do we have of these? Just 2 sizes. So what I'm gonna do is grab a big one and put it there, and another big one, and put it there, and a smaller one, and put it there. And that gives us our sort of triangle. Oh, that turned out pretty, I think. What do you guys think? I like it. I'll hold it up so you can get a little bit closer look at it. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I would like that sort of white on white with no patterned paper or anything like that, but I think that it just pops. I think that turned out pretty. Okay, let me show you a couple of other ones. So here's the first one I made. Obviously, it's on red, my favorite color. And I just think that pops too. I like the white little background pieces. I did the gold blingity bling. And I also did the card to say hello. Now I did pink on this one, and I don't have anything on the inside of it yet. And then the one I made just before coming on today is this one. So I covered the whole front with patterned paper, and this is from the Country Floral paper pack, and that's a 12 by 12 paper pack. And so I did it the same way. I used these blings, the iridescent rhinestones. I used those. And I had cut out the longer thing, Sunshine to Brighten Your Day, and when I went to put it on, it didn't fit. And I thought, oh, okay, so let me just put it on the inside. So that's what I did. So there's those options, plus the others that I told you about. Instead of doing the little pieces like I did, tear some book paper or something like that. You know, if you wanted to do something a little different, or just cut yourself a layer and do a embossing folder piece behind it. Story time. Okay. So we are in the Child's Garden of Verses, and I started this last week. I have these little magnetic book clip things that I got at Dollar Tree. Okay, I know I read that little one. This one's called At the Seaside. When I was down beside the sea, a wooden spade they gave to me to dig the sandy shore. My holes were empty like a cup. In every hole the sea came up till it could come no more. That's true. Anytime you dig a little hole in the sand, it fills up with water. Okay, bed in summer. In winter, I get up at night and dress by yellow candlelight. In summer, quite the other way. I have to go to bed by day. I have to go to bed and see the birds still hopping on the tree, or hear the grown-up people's feet still going past me in the street. And does it not seem hard to you when all the sky is clear and blue, and I should like so much to play to have to go to bed by day? Hee hee. Okay, I'll do one more. Young Night Thought. All night long and every night, when my mama puts out the light, I see the people marching by as plain as day before my eye. Armies and emperors and kings, all carrying different kinds of things, and marching in so grand a way you never saw the like by day. So fine a show was never seen at the great circus on the green, for every kind of beast and man is marching in that caravan. At first they move a little slow, but still the faster on they go, and still beside them close I keep until we reach the town of sleep. All right, so let me put my little bookmark in. And we'll do a couple of more next time. I love this little book. And I found another, I told you I have, you know, sort of this, I've been building this little library of these little books. And one was hiding in my little, I have a whole setup in my kitchen of teacups and all sort of tea related things. And in there, slipped in behind, was a book about tea. It's really cute. So once we get through this book, I'll look and see if any of the other ones have short little things in there that we can have story time with. Okay, Angela likes the white. I do too. I think it's really pretty. I think these two are my favorite, but I had to do one with patterned paper behind it just to see. And it's fine, but yeah, I like those two best. But again, these were fun cards to make. And like I said before, I don't do that many floral things, but I like the flowers in this. They're sort of the wild flowers or whatever, and yeah, I thought those turned out fun. You guys have a fabulous weekend, and I hope you get to do something crafty. Don't forget to come back tomorrow and see what I have to show you for Saturday morning makes, okay? I've got a fun card. All right, see you later in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.